After Harry Potter, the first epic fantasy series I ever read was The Belgariad by David Eddings. This is not the Belgariad, this is the Malorian, which follows the Belgariad. But I don't have those to hand because I lost them. Sorry, Eddings. So, what is the Belgariad? First published in 1982, The Belgariad is a 5-book fantasy series by David Eddings. It follows Garion, an ordinary farm boy who discovers he's part of a prophecy as old as the world itself. With his aunt Pole, who turns out to be a sorceress, and the ancient wizard Belgarath, Garion joins a ragtag group of travelers on a sweeping quest across kingdoms, deserts, and war-torn lands. As gods stir and dark forces rise, he must come to terms with his destiny and face a god in battle to save the world. It's classic high fantasy, prophecy, magical artifacts, and a company of companions you grow to love like family. I'm not quite sure why, but in the booktube space, in the social media influencer space, whatever you want to call it, the Belgariad is not spoken about enough. I'm not really sure why. I thought when I read it that it was a sort of book that everyone that liked fantasy knew about. And I think people do know about it, but they don't talk enough about. For me, it was an entire sort of descent into this sort of world that I never thought I'd read. Much like Harry Potter, it has the chosen one trope. But unlike Harry Potter, it's really what introduced me to that fantasy quest trope. You know, that sort of classic fantasy trope of mismatched group of travelers going around sort of the whole of the lands and encountering magic and beasts and good versus evil, that whole sort of thing, which basically Grandpa Tolkien started. For me, as someone whose first book that I read from beginning to end was, first series that I read from beginning to end was the Harry Potter series. To go into an epic fantasy, it felt rather daunting at first, but that's the thing. The Belgariad is never daunting. You understand the vastness of it and how intricate it is, but it's never scary to read. And that's what really inspired me. I wanted to write a novel that felt like the entry point into fantasy for someone. Birth of Chaos is my attempt at doing that, and therefore, The Belgariad and David Eddings is a cornerstone of how Birth of Chaos came to be. This has been episode 2 of the books that build Birth of Chaos. Hopefully, if you don't know David Eddings, you got to know David Eddings a little bit. Grab his book, The Belgariad, the first one. I can't remember the name, sorry. But grab it, read it, leave a comment. Tell me if you enjoyed it. If you have already read it, what did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? Anyway, free sample, 100-page sample, link in the description. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you for episode 3.